This evening we will be reading from the Srimad Bhagavad Gita, chapter 9, the most confidential knowledge, text 18. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Gater Bhakta Prabhu Sakshi Nivasa Saranam Surit Prabhava Palayastanam Nidanam Bicham Afyayam Khate Bhakta Prabhu Sakshi Nivasa Sharanam Surit Prabhava Palayastanam Nidanam Bicham Afyayam Gatir Bhakta Prabhu Sakshi Nivasa Saranam Surit Prabhava Palayastanam Nidanam Bicham Afyayam. Gatir Bhakta Prabhu Sakshi Nivasa Saranam Surit Prabhava Palayastanam Nidanam Bijam Afyayam. Gatir Bhakta Prabhu Sakshi Nivasa Saranam Surit Prabhava Palayastanam Nidanam Bijam Afyayam. Gatir Bhakta Prabhu Sakshi Nivasa Saranam Surit Prabhava Palayastanam Nidanam Bijam Afyayam. Mataji's, please. Gatir Bhakta Prabhu Sakshi Nivasa Saranam Surit Prabhava Palayastanam Nidanam Bijam Afyayam. Word for word translation. Gati, goal. Bhakta, sustainer. Prabhu, Lord. Sakshi, witness. Nivasa, abode. Sharanam, refuge. Surit, most intimate friend. Prabhava, creation. Pralaya, dissolution. Stanam, ground. Nidanam, resting place. Bijam, seed. Avyayam, imperishable. Translation and purport by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki. I'm the goal, the sustainer, the master, the witness, the abode, the refuge, and the most dear friend. I'm the creation and the annihilation, the basis of everything, the resting place and the eternal seed. Purport. Gati means the destination where we want to go. But the ultimate goal is Krishna, although people do not know it. One who does not know Krishna is misled, and his so-called progressive march is either partial or hallucinatory. There are many who make as their destination different demigods, and by a rigid performance of the strict respective methods, they reach different planets known as Chandra Loka, Surya Loka, Indra Loka, Mara Loka, etc. But all such lokas or planets, being creations of Krishna, are simultaneously Krishna and not Krishna. Such planets, being manifestations of Krishna's energy, are also Krishna. But actually, they serve only as a step forward for realization of Krishna. To approach different energies of Krishna is to approach Krishna indirectly. One should directly approach Krishna, for that will save time and energy. For example, if there is a possibility of going to the top of a building by the help of an elevator, why should one go by the staircase, step by step? Everything is resting on Krishna's energy. Therefore, without Krishna's shelter, nothing can exist. Krishna is the supreme ruler because everything belongs to him and everything exists on his energy. Krishna, being situated in everyone's heart, is a supreme witness. The residences, countries or planets on which we live are also Krishna. Krishna is the ultimate goal of shelter, and therefore one should take shelter of Krishna either for the protection or for annihilation of his distress. And whenever we have to take protection, we should know that our protection must be a living force. Krishna is the supreme living entity. And since Krishna is the source of our generation, or the Supreme Father, no one can be a better friend than Krishna, nor can anyone be a better well-wisher. Krishna is the original source of creation and the ultimate rest after annihilation. Krishna is therefore the eternal cause of all causes. The verse again. Kadich Bharta Prabhu Sakshi Nivasa Saranam Surit Prabhava Pralaya Stanam Nidanam Bijam Avyayam. I'm the goal, the sustainer, the master, the witness, the abode, the refuge, and the most dear friend. I'm the creation and the annihilation, the basis of everything, and the resting place and the eternal seat. Om Ajnana Timrandasya Jananjana Shalakaya Shakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shigurve Nama Nama Om Vishnupadai Krishna Pastaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gaurvani Pacharane Nirvishesha Sumyavadi Paskachai Dasatarane Srila Prabhupada Ki Datta. Does anyone among you have ever made a puzzle, jigsaw puzzle, 1,000 pieces, Yeah? But, oh, a few. What methods do you use? How do you begin the puzzle? First the corners. Okay. And then?
The outline.
Yeah, the corners.
I found the part of the image that is most like emphasized. For example, if there is many similar parts, I find something that is little more different or very different from the rest.
Yeah. You try to sort them out by color, okay. I used another method to make the puzzle. When you get a puzzle, you get a box. On the box there is a picture. And then you take a magnifier and try to find where the piece fits in the bigger picture. Krishna is explaining here the bigger picture. Mostly we see only the piece, and that everything is Krishna, is said here. That everything in Krishna is in a certain sense, because nothing is independent from Krishna. That an energy cannot be separated from the energetic, from the source of the energy. They are always intimately connected. And in a certain sense they are one. Because Prabhupada says in the purport that I read it here, that because he says everything is Krishna and not Krishna. Interesting. That it's difficult for us to understand. But the energy, the energetic, they are in some sense one. That we never get light without an energy source of the light. Srila Prabhupada gave many times the example of the sun, or of the example of fire. That you have fire produces heat and light, right? But there is a difference between fire and heat and light. Right? It's not the same. But they are connected. If you take the fire away, the heat goes with it. Because the heat is an integral part of the fire. You cannot separate them. These mics in ISKCON, Tamal Krishna Maharaj, they are very humble. They are always bowing down. But fire and heat, they are at the same time different. They are not the same. It's a tricky point that in our philosophy we call that asindhya beda beda tattva. Everything, although this is somewhat inconceivable, or everything is one with Krishna, but at the same time different from Krishna. It's difficult to grasp for people. They want things to be one or different. Like, who here is from Slovenia? Half, more or less. Okay, and that's so. If something happens with Slovenia, will it affect you? If the government say from tomorrow no health insurance anymore for anyone in Slovenia, will it affect you? Yes, it will affect you. That happens to us also. But at the same time, we are individuals. If we want, we can leave and go go somewhere else. If Slovenia is hot weather, we are all feel hot, right? So one difference. Beda, abeda. Beda means different from. Abeda is non-different from. So it means the devotee sees everything in relation to Krishna. That he can see Krishna everywhere. That he sees Krishna's energy and he remembers the source of the energy. That it's like a mother. A mother sent her child to the school, and she's alone at home, and she sees the shoes of the child. She will immediately think of the child and feel separation. So this is also explained in the Bhagavatam. Rite ritam yat pratyeta na pratyeta satmani. Pratyeta means what appears to be, na not, what not appears to be. That Sa'atmani means in relation to me, to Krishna. That so then the verse is Tat vityatma nomayam yatabaso yatatama. So whatever appears to be of any value, if it is without relation to me, it has no reality. Know it as my illusory energy, that reflection which appears to be in darkness. So if we don't see things in this world connected with Krishna, that's illusion. Because everything is connected with Krishna. A devotee always feels connected with Krishna. It's a high level of Krishna consciousness. Whatever you see Krishna, nothing else. But how to connect with Krishna, that's explained in the 9th chapter and in the 10th chapter. Krishna says, I'm the taste of water, I'm the light of the sun and the moon. And that the 10th chapter, in the 10th chapter, among the fish, I'm the shark. So Lord Krishna is teaching us in Bhagavad Gita how to connect everything with Krishna. Of course, you probably know the story when Srila Prabhupada was at 26th Avenue in New York, matchless gift, that he gave a lecture and then some drunkards came in that they drank wine and they came to bring some toilet paper for the toilet and somewhat disturbing the lecture, but Prabhupada was not disturbed about it. But he said that even those who drink wine and think that the taste of wine is Krishna, really they may become Krishna conscious. Of course, it's not a method we are recommending. Don't try it out. So by that, really we become Krishna conscious. We become above the Kanishta level. That Krishna is not only in the deity, is everywhere. And the devotee sees how everything can be used for Krishna. So everything material can be used for Krishna. And if we use it for Krishna, we become purified. So especially that when we do Harinam, we chant the holy name, which we do have every day now in so many places in Slovenia, that Srila Prabhupada said that when we chant his holy name, everything becomes purified. The people change. The sound changes all the people in the street. It purifies even the street. So that's the power of purification. But yes, that it's mentioned that Krishna is the ultimate goal of shelter. And therefore one should take shelter of Krishna, either for protection or annihilation. Taking shelter. Most people want to take shelter because they have distress in life. And they make so many arrangements to avoid distress in the future, to trying to protect their possessions, their family, so many. But Krishna is the ultimate shelter, all their so-called shelters are fallible. Krishna is the only infallible shelter. But therefore, it's important to understand that Krishna is the goal. The Gati is mentioned here. The goal. So Krishna in Bhagavad Gita described different kinds of transcendentalists, but they don't have Krishna as the goal. Therefore, at the end says that forget about it, go for bhakti, straight to the goal. It's the lift, the direct process. Because the jnanis, what's their goal? Mostly it's merging with Brahman. Brahman is the goal. In the Bhagavatam, Vedanta Tattva Vidas Tattvam Jnanam Avyayam Brahmeti Paramatmeti Bhagavaniti Sapyate. Vedanta Tattva Vidas Tattvam Jnanam Avyayam Brahmeti Paramatmeti Bhagavaniti Sapyate. So there are three aspects of the Absolute Truth: Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagavan. They are all three the Absolute Truth. But the full features of the Absolute Truth is only realized in Bhagavan realization. So, Brahman realization and Paramatma realizations are stages towards self-realization. But the jnanis think Brahman is the goal. There's an intermediate goal in reality. It's not the goal. Their gati is not correct. But mostly it's a gradual process which is described in Bhagavad Gita, which goes over many lifetimes. Usually one performs karma yoga. Karma nevatakarstem, mindfulness kadachana. Not being attached to the results, very difficult to do. And by that they become a little purified, and they come to the question, who am I? Am I spirit? And then they go to the path of Jnana, trying to understand the difference between matter and spirit. And they study Vedanta or whatever methods they use. And then they come to the point they are convinced, yes, I'm spirit, but then they want to experience to be spirit, and then they become yogis. And what's the goal of the yogis? Krishna explained in 6-7 Bhagavad Gita that Chitatmana Panshantasma Paramatma Samaita. The goal is to come in contact, to control the mind and come in contact with Paramatma. Which is also a stage. But Krishna says clearly at the end, Yoginam api sarvanam madhyantra atmanam bhajatu shadavam bhajate yomam samayukta tamamata. The highest yogi is the yogi who is intimately united with me in heart, who develops love for me. But that requires understanding the goal. To understand the goal for the yogis, they must come to understand not only that Paramatma is the controller of material nature. That's nice to know. But that Paramatma is an expansion of Krishna, the all-pervading expansion of Krishna. And then they take to devotional service. So they are all intermediate goals, but Krishna says, take the lift, go directly, get the goal right from the beginning. Because only when we have the goal right, we can understand really who we are. And that knowledge is called Sambandha Jnana. Sambandha Jnana has 3 parts. Knowing who Krishna is, knowing whom we are, knowing what our relationship with Krishna is. But it starts with knowing who Krishna is. You must have the goal right. And that is what Krishna says here. The goal. That understanding who Krishna is. He's the sustainer, the master, the witness, the refuge, the most dear friend. So yes, take to the direct path of devotional service. So unless, because also the Bhagavatam teaches us the same thing. Why in the 2nd canto, in the 3rd canto, is the creation is described many times. Why is that? That is to explain how Krishna is the source of all sources, and now everything comes from him. And everything is in his energy, how he is all-pervading in every atom, everywhere. How he's controlling our body, our heartbeat, our digestion. And then gradually we become aware, our awareness of Krishna present in his energies. At the same time, Krishna is different from his energies. Asintya Beda Beda Tattva. And this is not easy to understand, but a devotee understands this by making progress in devotional service. That he starts to see Krishna everywhere. That when a reporter asked Srila Prabhupada, what was the earliest time you became Krishna conscious? And Prabhupada said, I cannot remember any time when I was not Krishna conscious. It's interesting that to have that vision from the beginning of life, practically. I will stop here. Any comments, Pralananda Maharaj? Yeah? Any questions? Yeah?
Maharaj, you explaining when we do Harinam in the street or any place, purify also street. And I have a question. Sometimes the people like a life, one time they hear the Krishna, never before life he listening any transcendental vibration by holy name. One time listening, suppose. So Maharaj, how will be his life will be have next life he got some sukriti, this life got a sukriti, and next life will be got some good life. What do you think, Maharaj? Please can explain a little bit.
Yeah, so by just once hearing Krishna's name, of course, we have the case of Ajamil. He was calling out the name of his son Inamabas because he was calling it out without offenses. That at least, yeah, Namabas. That so it's not just by hearing the holy name that we can go and just go back to Godhead. That our inner attitude must be right. That therefore we must become purified, and that's a process that takes time. At the same time, even if they hear just the Harinam, that it will have an effect on their life. But we see in the Harinam, and you can observe that some people are neutral, some start to smile, they are pious, and there are those who are inimical, envious, yeah. That so yes, but those who are receptive, they will get benefit. Krishna will give them opportunities one way or another. How Krishna does it, it's up to him. But Krishna says clearly in Bhagavad Gita, in the 2nd chapter, there is no diminution or loss in this process. So it's always auspicious to hear Krishna. Even those who are envious, it's auspicious for them to hear it. And we see that also, that's explained in the Bhagavatam, especially in the 7th canto. And because Yudhishthira Maharaj was wondering that he asked Narada Muni, Shishupal, he was blaspheming Krishna, but he was saying Krishna's name. And he got liberation. How is it possible that he gets liberation? Just by chanting Krishna's name. But it's out of envy, or out of love, or whatever. It will have his effect, the chanting. But liberation, getting liberation, it's nice that they become purified from their attachment and they get liberation, but they don't go back to Godhead. That's another thing. That's not self-realization. Self-realization, we must serve Krishna favorably and developing love for Krishna. And but whatever, also Prabhupada saw an article which was really negative about us. And he was counting how many times Krishna there was. And he would say, that's a good article, so many Krishnas. Anyway, that's transcendental understanding of the holy name. That's what I could say on it. Maharaj, any comments?
Yeah, the effect, as you mentioned, the effect will be according to their mentality. I mean, that's the result.
Yep.
If you chant in Nama Parad, instead of making advancement, you actually become degraded by chanting Nama Parad. So it's not that everyone equally benefits, but we go out in the street and we chant Hare Krishna, someone will benefit, at least we'll benefit. Exactly what the result will be, obviously, you know, if there is some benefit, that's up to Krishna. We can't really discern people's mentality, but that's not our business. Our business is to serve Krishna, and the result will, that's up to Krishna.
Good, thank you, Maharaj. Anything else? Yes, maybe a last question.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, thank you very much for the beautiful voice and lecture. I have a question about serving Krishna favorably. And you mentioned the highest yogi is one who has developed love for Krishna. At my level, I feel like I serve Krishna for my personal happiness. How can I serve him favorably and change my mood in devotional service?
Yeah, thank you for that question. That it is an essential question. That in the beginning of devotional service, and all of us comes to that, Chaturvida bhajante mam yechna sukhitarana arta shikhna shrachtarti janisa bharatarshava. There are 4 kinds of people who approach Krishna with material motives. Those who are in distress, those who want wealth, those who are curious, those who want to know the absolute truth. They have all their motives, but what should be our real inner mentality? It's Lord Chaitanya says, Trinata Pishnechna Taura Visa Isnana Amana Namanadina Kirtanya Sadari Nachanam Sadundarim Kaptavashi Shikami Mama Chamami Chamamishvari Bhavta Bhakta Hait Kitvai. The right inner mood is to have the humble mood of a servant of Krishna. To be more tolerant than a tree. No false prestige, I'm just a servant of Krishna. We don't want honor, give all this honor to others. And don't want followers, don't want wealth, don't want relations with the opposite sex, and don't want even liberation from suffering. Just say to Krishna, I want to serve you out of love, birth after birth. You decide, but I'm your servant. But that's, to come to that point, it's surrender. So it's not only that we go to the Anartha Nivriti, we purify our heart, but we have also to purify our intention. Our intention. That the intention is to serve Krishna favorably, without material motive. Anya bilasta sunam jnana karmata navitam anukulyena Krishna nusilanam bhaktarutama. So we serve Krishna without wanting liberation, without wanting material things, but we serve him favorably to please him. And that is something we have also to learn in our Krishna consciousness. When I joined this movement, the first 5 years I didn't get that point. It took a while before I understood what is really pure devotional service. That giving up all your material desires. And my Guru Maharaj, Bhakti Charu Maharaj, he explained this process of surrender in another way. He said that surrender means saying to Krishna, He said, just let Krishna take care of you. Say to Krishna, you take care of me. But I only want to serve you out of love. But it's a process of purification. But at the same time, as if we really want, we can serve Krishna without motives. Just give your life to Prabhupada's mission and do everything to please Prabhupada, and that's the focus of your life. And then it becomes much more easy. That's okay?
Very, very okay. Thank you.
Good. Thank you very much. Grantra Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki.